Round 8 of the Motorsport UK British Rallycross Championship 5 Nations Trophy is held at Lydden Hill in Kent. It is time for the BMW Mini Final. 9 cars on the grid. Dave Bellamy's on pole position. Wesley Wickens and Ben Sayer joining him on the front row. An all-female lineup of row 2 with Abby McGuinness and Leanne Sedgwick alongside, and then Drew Bellamy making her return to Rallycross for the first time in a couple of years has got Jonathan Upchurch and Harrison Barnes for company, with Warren Salter completing the 9-driver strong field. Anyway, all eyes on to the lights then for one last time in 2023. What's going to happen when the green flag falls and when the checkered flag falls in 6 laps time? Lights go out, we go racing. Good start from Bellamy, not bad from Ben Sayer off the outside of the front row of the grid. Keep an eye out for Leanne Sedgwick and Abby McGuinness. McGuinness gets sent there by Drew Bellamy into the barrier. A bit of contact between those two drivers. McGuinness unfortunately off, facing in the wrong direction, and is out of any meaningful contention of this race. Meanwhile, we're side by side in the background here. That's the 581 of Harrison Barnes going head to head then with Wesley Wickens for third place. So quite a brilliant start for Harrison, 8th on the grid, up into third position after less than half a lap. And keep an eye out for Leanne Sedgwick in the orange and black machine in the background there as well, ready to try and pick up the pieces. Ben Sayer putting the pressure onto the back of Dave Bellamy for the race lead. Oh, look at that side-by-side action as well between Harrison Barnes and Leanne Sedgwick as they come out of the North Bend down the bottom of Hairy Hill. Is Sedgwick going to go joker at the end of this lap? I think she might. Yeah, she does. No surprise there at all. Wants to be in a bit of clear air, and if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Ben Sayer from second place also went into the joker as well as Harrison Barnes, so he's decided to follow past as well. Just ahead of Drew Bellamy they emerge as they come to start the second lap of racing. So great drive so far from Harrison Barnes from 8th on the grid then. Let's see whether he can try and make an impact in this race. Not a face that we're familiar to seeing in the BMW Minis, but quite clearly has got the pace to run with some of the regulars in this championship. And likewise Leanne Sedgwick as well. She's now putting the pressure on to the back of Barnes, and let's see whether she is going to be able to find her way past. Part 2 of this battle coming up, I'm sure, very shortly. Later on the brakes is Sedgwick there into the North Bend, closing up onto the back of Barnes then as they come down the bottom of the hill though. No way for her to find her way past as it stands for now, but Barnes then goes into the joker at the end of this lap. That's crucial there for Sedgwick to get a nice bit of clear air. Wesley Wickens also going into the joker, slightly wide onto the grass on the exit. Where's he going to emerge? It's going to be behind Leanne Sedgwick, so this is working out quite nicely for Leanne as it stands for the moment. If I'm not mistaken, I think she's up into about third place as Barnes goes the long way around the outside of Wesley Wickens. Brilliant bit of driving there on the high line at Talladega for Barnes then to find his way through on board the number 51. But you know that Wesley Wickens, give him an inch and he'll take a mile, and you wonder whether he is going to feature in this one before too long. Through the left-hander of the Devil's Elbow we go. Is Wickens going to find his way past? No, not quite at the moment. So Ben Sayer it is now in second place, Leanne Sedgwick in third position. Then you've got Barnes and Wesley Wickens, and then just behind them, I believe that is Jonathan Upchurch, in fact, the number 76. Very similar livery cars between himself and Barnes, as they all run nose to tail and over the bumps. Of course, very stiffly sprung, these BMW Minis, compared to some of the other machinery that is in the paddock, and that's why they're bumping so much over the rough stuff. Defensive line there for Barnes, but is he going to run it slightly wide in the second part of Talladega? Yes, he is. A bit too much speed into there. Wickens ready to try and pick up the pieces if the opportunity is there for the taking as they come over the jump and down in towards the Devil's Elbow. Yesterday in the wet conditions this was an absolute quagmire, a proper lake of left-hander, because the dirt was being pulled on and there was a lot of standing water because it couldn't drain properly. No such problems for Dave Bellamy out in front though in this race. He's looking quite commanding and comfortable, as we've seen him be all season, and he could be set to become a back-to-back BMW Mini champion. There is Ben Sayer in second position, who's had really good pace over the course of this weekend, as he has done all season. You can see him just holding on to P2 for now. Third place of Leanne Sedgwick for the time being. She's doing a really good job, has managed to gap the battling duo behind. Come over the jump once more. Nice bit of airtime in these BMW Minis. Keep an eye out further back though. It's very close here between Wesley Wickens and the number 581 of Harrison Barnes, who gets it crossed up on the jump. Wesley Wickens says thanks very much and goes up through and into a position higher than he was. So that's fourth place now for Wesley Wickens. Leanne Sedgwick still holds firm in third position. She's made her joker. Sideways there for Wesley Wickens. Up the top of the circuit, Jonathan Upchurch bringing up the rear of that gaggle of cars at the moment as we begin to start the final lap. So this has been a good drive for them. Oh, sideways there. Is that a bit of rear suspension failure for the 51 of Wesley Wickens? It looked like the left rear was sort of going underneath the car, and that could prove to be absolutely critical here for Wesley Wickens as we look at Ben Sayer sitting in second position as he comes over the jump. It's been a good drive for the number 77. No match though for the 87 of Dave Bellamy, who looks set to become a double BMW Mini champion in consecutive years as he comes up the top of the hill for the final time. So through into the hairpin bend we go. There is Ben Sayer sitting in second position. As I understand it, he's been given a 10-second time penalty for something that's happened in this race. Not quite sure exactly what it was, but that's going to demote him down massively. Anyway, Dave Bellamy comes across the line to take the win in the All 4 Minis Round 8 final and become the 2023 champion. Second on the road finishes Ben Sayer, and here is Wesley Wickens fighting to keep control of his BMW Mini with that collapsed rear suspension to the line. It'll be Leanne Sedgwick who's classified in second place after that penalty for Ben Sayer. Wesley Wickens in third, Harrison Barnes fourth. Sayer will be classified in fifth position ahead of Upchurch, Bellamy, Salter, and then McGuinness, who did not make the checkered flag. But Dave Bellamy then it is who wins the Round 8 final and becomes the 2023 champion.